All Rusty RVerTV, welcome. Check it out. Quartzsite from 200 feet. Hey, we're going to go explore. We're going to go check out the 5 main dispersed camp areas around Quartzsite. It's the time of year. I'm getting a million questions on them. So let's go find them and check them out. Let's go. Let's do this. This is Tyson Wells Showgrounds. It's right down here, almost the center of town. We're just on the south side of I-10. So we'll figure mileage from here, because pretty much everyone wants to come here anyway, right? So the first one we're going to do, we're going to go straight east, and we're going to head out to Scadan Wash. Oh no, look at that guy. He just dropped off his merchandise. Oh man, they're little rocks. That's too bad. There's 5 campgrounds, 2 to the north, 1 to the east, 1 south, 1 to west. These are 14-day BLM, Bureau of Land Management, dispersed camp areas. We still got the good weather. Low to mid 60s daytime, 30s at night. Can't complain. First part of January of 2021. Can you believe it? 2021. Take a while to get used to that. Alright, here we go. This is Campgrounds Avenue. We're going to go out here. It's roughly about 3 miles out to this one. This is actually the old highway. Old. Now look how this nice clean asphalt right here ends and this old beat up road starts. That's actually the town line, city line. So we ended on Campgrounds, and if you actually Google map this, this is East Dome Rock Road. Alright, right up here is Scadan Wash. This place is huge. It also connects, the property lines connect up with the Plomosa North LTVA. But this place out here is huge. We'll take a look at it. Let me stop here. We'll get a picture of the sign real quick. Here's the sign, 14-day, and it is free to camp here. 14 days. You're close to town here, too. The absolute worst part about coming out here is the roughness of the roads. They are beat up, and it takes a while, because you can go back in here for miles. Scaddan was actually home to the old RTR, Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. They don't have it anymore. They do it in another town. Right down there is a camp host, and you can see just how vast and how far out you can camp. Got a few rigs here, but you are close to town. One thing you do get, see those mountains up there? There's gold mines in there, and if you swing around a little farther, it's the main cell towers. For Quartzsite, you get excellent, and I mean excellent cell service here. Get up a little higher. Also, look at the dirt roads. This is off-roading 101. You can just go way back, clear up in those mountains back there. You can cut up through the LTVAs, cut in through town. There's actually an underpass where you can go underneath the interstate and get to the other side if you don't want to cut through town. So this is Scadan Wash. I recommend it, except for the beat up roads. This is a really nice area. Moving on, we're gonna head south. We'll go back into town, then we'll go check out Roadrunner. That'll be the one up next. Big church there. Look at the steeple. They have a lot of events there. Wow, with the COVID now. Then right up here to the left. Now this little street's Regals. But right there on the left is the back entrance to the Plomosa North. The secret entrance. This right here is Rice Ranch on the left. It used to be a big time showground. Now they just got a few vendors. Alright, we're going to make a left here on Central, and straight ahead there's our location, Tyson Wells. We're going to head south. This is also Highway 95 and South Central Boulevard on Quartzsite. Right up here on the right, you see all the motorhomes. That's their RV show, and where that yellow water tank is, that's the entrance to the big tent, which will be happening in a week or so. Alright, let's head on out. We got about 7 miles out to what they call Roadrunner. And we drove past all the LTVAs. We're not doing them today. Just the dispersed. Okay, this is La Paz Valley Road. La Paz Valley is actually a community. They got RV parks and homes out here. Old community. Ton of history here. Look how flat it is too. Flat as a pancake. Alright, here is Roadrunner. Dispersed. BLM. Free. 14-day camping. It's pretty good size. It's not near the size of Scaddan. Now out here is where all the ham radio operators for Quartz Fest meet up. A lot of schoolies come out here in groups. This is very popular for groups out here. Here's their sign. Boy, they put up new signs. They got nice ones this year. Roadrunner 14-day. There ain't many people out here. Not at all. Should be packed right now. But it's not. Yeah, there's not many people at all. Normally there's even a camp post. There's no camp post. He usually sits right there. That's his spot. Interesting. You can see how far back it goes, and one thing, good thing about out here is the off-road trails. You can go forever. Go way over those mountains out there. There's old abandoned gold mines. Straight on down, that's that community of La Paz. They got some RV parks. If you want hookups, it's not bad. They usually got pretty cheap rates out there. There's La Paz Valley Road straight down below. One thing you do get out here is a lot of road noise because you're close to 95. It does quiet down at night. I've stayed out here. I have actually stayed in all 5 campgrounds. And another so-so thing out here is the cell reception is medium to poor. Other than that, check it out. Roadrunner Dispersed Camping, and it is free. Here we go back to Quartzsite. Make a left. Look at them clouds. Isn't that neat? This time of year you get some of the best sunrise and sunset photos in the world here. It's just the low angle of the sun and the clouds coming through. It's just beautiful here. Stargazing out here is good too. Back in town. Yeah, look at all the motorhomes. You know, all these RV dealers are having a tough time with inventory. That's why the big one on the corner up here, La Mesa, they didn't even open this year. They're not coming at all. Didn't have enough inventory. Of course, some guys are huge. There's prospectors on the left. And here's our centralized location. Tyson Wells. Rockin' Gem Show still going. On the 15th, Tyson Wells calls it the Celarama Show, 15th to the 24th. On the 16th through the 24th is the Big Tent Show here in Quartzsite. Look at all the vendors now. It's always slow through here, just gotta be a little patient. Here we go. Now we're back on queuing. We're heading west. Head west. There is one of the busiest interstates in the country, I-10, coming out of California. Actually, we're only 17 miles from the California border. Here's the Big Love's truck stop. They're expanding all this down here, I heard too now. Over the next few years, there's going to be a lot of improvements happening to Quartzsite, which is good. Progress, I guess. We're heading out to Dome Rock camp areas. This is actually West Dome Rock Road. You want to buy a motel? It's for sale. I think it's only like $1 million. Never know. This is gold country out here too. There is hundreds and hundreds of gold claims all over the area. Also, the Quartzsite Metal Detecting Club has gold claims out here. Both sides of the road, it's all claimed. This road here on the left, remember it's Cholla Road. Now you can also access part of Dome Rock camp area down Cholla there, because there's a huge wash that cuts it off. We'll see it here in a minute. But this camp area is massive. It's miles long. It's got to be a good 6 miles long, somewhere around there. You can camp in certain areas on both sides of this road here. Right up here on the right, there's a camp host. Once again, this is called Dome Rock Mountain camp area. 14-day dispersed. All you gotta do is register with the host, get a permit, put it on your dash, and you're good to go. Then the question you get a lot is, what do you do after 14 days? You can move to another dispersed camp area, but you have to be 25 miles from where you camped. So you could camp way out here at the end and actually end up way north of Quartzsite, and you'd be okay. Or go up on Bouse Road. There's all kinds of them up on Bouse, but we're just focusing on the 5 around Quartzsite today. But this is just a neat place. There are dozens of groups, hundreds of groups that camp out here every year. All like the Airstream groups, the casitas, motorhome groups, gold mining groups, just all kinds of groups camp out this way. And this is Dirt Trail City. I mean, you can just ATV. You can actually go through those mountains, clear over to Blythe, along the Colorado River. You can get over that far. There's a pipeline road, runs along natural gas pipeline. You do get some noise off the interstate. Stargazing's good out here. If you're into prospecting, if you join the Quartzsite Metal Detecting Club, they got 400 acres of claims you can do for $20 a year. There's that big wash. See, now you can't drive through it, but you could in a buggy, but not in a motorhome. So you can access the backside. See where those rigs are out there? They actually had to come in off that Cholla Road. So there's your other access for camping. But this place is huge. Cell service out here is medium to low. You are along the freeway, but it's not the best. The farther away you get from Quartzsite, the worse it gets out this direction. But it's a pretty area. I've camped out here a few times. I definitely like it. we go. Now we're gonna head north. We'll go back into town. As for mileage out here, right down the road where the camp post was that we drove past, it's probably about 4 miles from there into Tyson Wells. And to get clear out to the end, Dome Rock would be about 11 miles. Sure you don't want to buy a motel? It's for sale. That thing's been there forever. Ever and ever. Let's cut back into town. Go over the famous exit 17, which hasn't been super busy this year so far. All the trucks really load this thing up. Because you got Pilot right here in town, and you got the Love's truck stop. And this is Main Street, West Main. We're going to cut down, we're going to head north out of town. That's where all the shops are. Big Gem World. All the fast food places. Blue building there on the left was a tire shop. And you got all your little shops down here for Quartzsite. So if you're out in all these dispersed areas, I think the farthest you'd be like 10 miles, 11 miles. Pretty easy access getting town here for supplies, propane, food, ice, water, all that stuff. You're just a few minute drive in. That big yellow tank, that's Vendors of Main Street Showgrounds. Here we go. Gonna make a left. This is North Central Boulevard, also Highway 95. This road will also take you up to Parker, Arizona. But we're not going that far. We're gonna go out and find a campground called High Jolly. That's Tyson Street there. This is actually the end of Quartzsite, the town itself. On the right was the fire department and all that. We still got about another 1.5 miles out to High Jolly. From Tyson Wells, you're about 6 miles to come out here, roughly. Okay, here it is. Make a right. This one's called High Jolly. This is not a very big camp area compared to the other ones. I mean, they're big, but you'll see it. I'll show it to you. Flat. This is probably one of the most popular ones, the busiest ones. A lot of people like it out here. You're fairly close to town. As for groups, I'm not sure. But you can see there's plenty of room right now. It's wide open. This camp area, it's not very wide. Look how far back it goes. But it's not as big as the other ones. So it crowds up easier. Personally, I didn't like this one the least. This was my least favorite. Just because it was crowded, a lot of generators, dog barking and all that. But you are very close to town. Some people love it. It's all a choice. You got dirt trails that'll take you all the way back out to those mountains, all the way back into town. You can actually go clear over to Bouse. The Arizona Peace Trail's out here. So if you're into four-wheeling, you want a good access area, this is it. Cell phone reception is pretty decent. You're real close to a big tower right there next to the transfer station. There's a big cell tower. There's Quartzsite. And you can also off-road clear over to these mountains too. All kinds of trails everywhere. One more to go. We're gonna keep heading north. We're gonna go up here about another 3 miles. Gonna check out Plumosa Road. Big ol' RV coming in there. Still haven't seen that many RVs on the road yet. I mean, there's quite a few people here, but nothing like what it usually is. Just across this bridge up here off to the right is the start of Plumosa Road. This road will take you all the way over to Bouse. Bouse is about 20 plus miles. I just filmed this recently. Be sure to check out that video. All kinds of historic things out this direction. Like anywhere, there's mining and metal detecting, all that through here. There are claimed areas for the gold. Let me pull in right here. You see where the sign is? This is where the camp post is. This is where you get your permit for your 14-day free stay. Now on this end of Plumosa Road, this section here is about 7 miles long, and it varies going down this direction, but you can camp on both sides of the road, most locations. Huge groups camp out here. Personally, this is one of my favorite areas. This is my favorite area. If I'm gonna do dispersed camping, this is it here. I love it out here in Plomosa. You got great cell service, good road, very flat. Plumosa Road BLM. Now we are on the west end of this. You can see, look how flat. It is just flat as a pancake here. This always amazes me. Excellent dirt road. You can go forever. You can go all the way over to Bouse if you want. You go over Quinn Pass up here. You got the Bouse Fishermen and Taglies you can go explore. But look at all the dirt trails. But it's not very wide. You don't get off the road that far. You do get some road noise during the day, but at night it quiets way down. Stargazing is perfect out here. And it's so huge, such a vast area, you can really spread out, so you're not all packed in like at High Jolly. You can really spread out here. Groups love this area. They come out here, they form big circles. Probably won't happen this year because of the COVID, but the rest of the time you can really camp out here. Pretty area. It's looking back down towards the big town of Quartzsite. Yay. But you see how far they're spread out here. Once again, this is Plumosa Road. Decent cell signal. Flat. Easy access. Good roads. And from here to Tyson Wells, you're roughly around 10-11 miles away. For all information, check out the BLM.gov website. This is their website. They update it constantly. I'll give you all the COVID stuff. All information, maps, everything about every single campsite they have around the Quartzsite area. So be sure to check it out, BLM.gov. So if you're looking for 14-day free camping, this season, it's wide open. You just seen it. They're all over the place. North, south, east, west, right around Quartzsite. It's free, 14 days. Like I said earlier, if you exceed the 14 days, you just move to another one. Just got to make sure you're 25 miles apart from where you stayed before. Be sure to check out next video. Talk soon.